Okay, today I'm going to have a little bit of fun. This is, I'm going to enjoy this job. I have a problem over the years with companies that monopolize things, you know, where you have to buy their parts through their distributors, and it's always extremely high priced. And I've done this a number of times, and I'm going to do this today. And what I have here is I've got a Trane air conditioning unit, and I'm changing the compressor. And instead of putting a Trane compressor in, I'm going to put a nice, I believe it's a 4-ton system, a nice Copeland compressor in. It's got the same BTU rating on it, same capacity. I'm just going to have to do a little bit of piping on it, and I just got all my equipment up on the roof, all the refrigerant tanks, the nitrogen, brazing equipment, soldering equipment, reclaimer tanks, swedging tool, bending tools, scales, vacuum pumps. It was a lot of work getting all this equipment up here. But now I have to pull this guy apart and pull this old compressor out and put the new one in. And this is something else. Somebody had disconnected the electric disconnect on it and just left the wires on the ground going into the unit. I mean, that's pretty horrible. Don't ever do things like that. There was years ago, that Goodman unit over there, it was set up like somebody just had the wires going into it. There was no disconnect on it, and I put that disconnect on it. And what's important when you put a disconnect on it is make sure nothing is in front of it for like 3 feet, so that you're not leaning on the air conditioning unit or another metal object in case you have to test it and there's electrical short. You're not grounded to that unit, that metal unit. It's kind of important to do things like that. Okay, well, I got to get started. All right, I got the top off of it. There's our old beast down there. Looks kind of heavy. So a 4-ton unit. Trane unit. I just didn't want to go to Trane and buy that compressor, so I bought a new Copeland. Very good compressor. And I'm reclaiming the 22 right now. What I'll end up doing is putting 407C in it. It's over there. And this system will have a new compressor and capacitor, new electrical disconnect, and be good for new refrigerant, be good for a long time. We're reclaiming the refrigerant right now. Got a ways to go. Taking it out of the liquid side. Makes it a little bit easier to get at it. We've had some warm days. Right now it's 42 degrees. But the customer was nice enough to allow me to get this done before it got hot and I got flooded with too much work. Sold a rooftop unit. I have to put that in next week. Get started on. I have to put a bunch of ductwork on it. That's little breezy today. Let's see how heavy this thing is. Kind of enjoy this part here. That was fun. Got it mounted down onto the base now, and I'm putting a Schrader fitting onto the service port so that I can run nitrogen through it, and also in the future, if I ever needed to cool the compressor off, I could run my reclaimer. If the compressor overheated and kicked off, I could turn the power off, run the reclaimer, run liquid into the compressor. Of course, I don't want to turn it on for a while, make sure the liquid evaporates and all. But it'll cool the motor winding off so I can start it up sooner. lid. I can run nitrogen through it and not get the scale buildup. I piped in the suction line. It's the fitting for the pressure control, that low pressure control that was on it. It's nice to have that. I'm going to put a high pressure control on it, a hot gas discharge when I get to that in a couple minutes. But I wanted to braze the suction line up. Now I got 3 brazes to do. Move the torch up to the top, about here, and draw the brazing material up here, because it'll naturally want to flow away from this high spot. By keeping the heat up here, it'll draw the braze rod to it. Pretty good. I'm going to put a collar on it now by backing the heat off. That's perfect. Okay, and that's suction lines installed now. And I'll turn the nitrogen off for a few minutes until I get the hot gas discharge line put together. Good to be careful not to get water into the fittings. I'm going to pull a vacuum on it, so good vacuum. Okay, I got my lines together. I got the high side line connected down here. I put my pressure controls on it. I've got a new vacuum gauge. Those things are like $250. It's not cheap. I took one back, sent for repair. I put a new dryer filter in. And I put a sight glass on it because I want to see a full liquid column going down to the expansion device. And I don't have to really I'm not going to start it up today because it's cool and I want a warm day to charge it up. It's too easy to overcharge a system on a cool day just because the condenser condenses the refrigerant head pressure is a little bit too low. And I'm pulling my vacuum, changed the oil, the new black gold in it. And now I'm going to start putting the sides. Well, first I'm going to wire the pressure controls together. And I had to put a start capacitor on it. I got to wire that up. I got a clamp over here. And then I'm going to put the covers on it while we're pulling a vacuum. But that's how it's going. Okay, I'm all done for today. Pulled a vacuum on it. I have to do the wiring yet on it. It's going to be in the 30s the beginning of next week, so I'm going to wait till about Thursday, and then I'll do part 2 starting it up. But I wired the pressure controls and the crankcase heater in, and I put about 6 pounds of gas of 407F in the system. And I'm about done for today. Those mats came out pretty nice. I was kneeling on them all day long. And you can see there's a little bit of water on the ground, so it saved me from getting all soaked. Which just happened. And so that's it for today, guys. Later.